It's Friday, February 11th, 2022. I am in Sea Ranch, California, in a studio. It's me my last day here for at least a week, and then I might have about a week or so after that, and then maybe never come back ever. Maybe come back a lot of times, maybe come back once, maybe come back 7 times, but certainly maybe come back 14 times. Maybe come back 737 times. That last one's unlikely, but certainly this chapter right now is over. It's nearly over. It's been a good one. It's been a difficult one. I've learned a lot. I've created a lot of artwork and music. Taken very good care of my friend, the dog. Gotten sunshine, gotten rained on. Haven't taken many pictures because when you go outside and we were with the dog, that's the time you can't have a camera or a phone. You can have other people. The dog likes it when you have other people better, but other machines, dogs are Luddites for the most part, or mine is. It's not mine, I don't own her. What are possessive words? They establish a relationship, not necessarily a transactional thing. That might be post-capitalism and identity politics and Karl Marx and all that. That you start looking at language in terms of worth and power. No, that probably started with the Roman Catholic Church. No, that probably started with cave paintings. I've been doing a warm-up lately where I do improvised music into 4 tracks of a cassette tape recorder, 4-track, that I've had since the 90s. I wanted to say 80s, but I think 90s. Makes me sad when I don't work with or use a tool or a piece of gear. I anthropomorphize things. I think I just said things like somebody from Ohio that has people over for a barbecue. Thanks. When I'm being recorded, I sometimes become really self-conscious of how I talk, and then I overcompensate it by speaking in other voices and accents. I played the bass while I was here. I feel like I got a lot better at the bass. My friend Tom loaned me the bass. It's from Japan, but his friend found it in a basement in Brooklyn. And now the bass is getting played. This house is being appreciated and used. Thank you for that. Some people don't want to be recognized. I don't know what's going to come next. I don't know why I'm doing this now. But, when you do something, even when you're doing the activity that it would seem is the one that your parents or society or the police or the government or your neighbors want you to do or think is the right activity to do. At least when I really think about it while doing any of those activities, it's just as absurd as something else. So you might as well do what you want. Not everybody can do what they want. Who's everybody? And what do they want? Every single one of them. And why can't they do it? Do they exist? Now the default reaction to what I'm saying now is this guy's on drugs, asking just a bunch of dumb questions to be obtuse because he's intellectually lazy and he doesn't really want to say something that he has conviction about. I do have conviction about this. What I'm trying to say, concision, if that's a word, conciseness is a great thing. But you try thinking out loud. What I'm trying to say is, I want to be of service. I think. I'm trying to be honest. I think I want to be of service. And I've been spending so much time alone. And whether or not you think it's possible, my experience tells me that it's probable that you have more agency over how you spend your time than you might think. And if you were to explore that and apply yourself, even just along the margins, as a modern Farhan Zaidi person would say, your life would improve. And if you did it consistently, it would accrue momentum. I hesitate to say that it would improve exponentially, because I'm not quite good at math enough to back that up. But it would improve a lot, and I am good enough at math to say if it was graphed on an XY axis, the graph would steepen with proportionality to how consistently you made those even minor changes just on the margins in order to explore your agency over your own time, your own thoughts. And maybe, not to jump too far ahead, that the conclusion would be that the time and thoughts aren't yours at all, and surrendering to to use a perhaps overused analogy, but a workable one, to slip into the current. Swimming is great. And if you want to get somewhere and the current agrees with it, yeah, go for it. One time my friend Jamie and I we went for a really long walk on the beach in Costa Rica so far, and there was nobody else at a certain point, just the jungle, the sand, and the ocean. We walked all the way back, and there was a big thunderstorm during some course of this long walk, and man, I wonder if I wrote it down. We had a really enjoyable long conversation during the course of that whole walk. My memory, and who knows, it was like at least 3 hours long, maybe longer. But it rained really hard, and by the time we got back, the river that we had crossed that ran across the beach into the ocean was really swollen and full of water and just gushing. We had to get back to town in our little place where we were staying. And I was like, all right, we gotta swim across. And it was gushing out to sea, and the ocean was real raging and rough. And I just jumped in and swam as hard as I could. I made it across. And I saw for him, for a minute, he was sort of like surprised at how fast he was getting washed out. And then he swam too, but the look on his face was funny. I don't know if that has anything to do at all with the rest of what I was saying. Anyway, I should start editing tambourine and floor tom parts, because I got to pack a bunch of stuff up and leave here tomorrow. I hope this was helpful, and wherever it finds you, you feel inspired, and if not, the sense of determination and that glimmer of, let's call it curiosity, to figure out what it might be, to reconnect with what feels like you're just on the path. He's just loosely repeating Eastern religion like all hippies do. I'm not a hippie. And I don't know that much about Eastern religion at all. I've listened to some Alan Watts lectures. I'm just recapitulating what I've learned, some of which has been reformulated by how this mind and body happens to work. And I wasn't given that either. It all just formed and became formless and formed and became formless and formed.